In the grand finals between Texas A&M and Young Farmers, fighting for that their share of the $250 grand prize, and Wavy getting us off to a fantastic start. If your name is Young Farmers, and this was a great start to the game, and honestly, I think it's a sign of things to come, especially because of Young Farmers' quick play style. But if you're Texas, you gotta shut it down. You have to be able to make those plays and be able to basically stuff them any chance you get.
Yeah, Melly going to play a big part in this. We saw Melly be a big defensive asset for the side of Texas in the last series versus Eclipse. Going to be even harder for him here as the gameplay ratcheted up to 11 from the side of Young Farmers. Play extremely fast. And Eddie, a long shot off the sidewall. Good follow through, and Eddie able to tie it right back up for Texas.
And Eddie, the star player here for Texas A&M, and Frost, I don't really. I mean, he's just a little bit slow on that read, and Eddie taking full advantage of that. So I think this is probably going to be the fastest series that we've seen, but not in terms of series length, more in terms of the pace of play.
Yeah, and that's exactly one of the things that we haven't really talked about thus far, is pace of play, making sure you can play at your own style, at your own pace, and not getting kind of caught in the other team's rotation, their touches that they are able to put downfield. And Frost able to send that one in just off the midfield challenge, and Young Farmers taking that 2-1 lead.
And that was Eclipse's biggest downfall from the last series against Young Farmers. They got sucked into that quick rotation, that quick challenge game, and they just couldn't adapt to it. So now, hopefully for Texas, they're able to get that in and get that sorted out, but it doesn't look like they will have much. It doesn't look like they have much luck either right away, as Wavy, again, with his second of the game, 2 shots already for each member of Young Farmers, and we aren't even 90 seconds into this one.
What a play by Rush, though. The flip reset pass over the top to Wavy, lining that one up. And Rush feeling all sorts of emotions here as he has been able to elevate his gameplay, especially over the last 2. Brains will send it deep. Wavy again. He's able to pinch it, send it down. Now Rush on the rotation. Melly able to send that one back out. A big bump out in front, sends it to the far side, and Wavy barely missing that as Young Farmers trying to start this quick rotation, but Eddie able to get up and beat Rush in midair, but Melly, air dribble attempt. Wavy can't get it. Backboard still down in front, and Brain off the post as Wavy gonna play it over. What a redirect there as Eddie unfortunately sends it right into Rush's awaiting car. Brains, nice little double doink, but Rush send it back to the corner. Then Melly able to take it away. Brains, no boost shot, far side, and Brains continuing his excellent placement shots from the games before and sending it straight into grand finals, putting his team within 1.
And if Texas is if they're gonna play from behind, all they have to do is just make sure they don't get too far behind and try and keep Young Farmers within striking distance, because if they do that, then they don't have, I mean, obviously they still have the pressure of getting that tying goal, but they don't have, the dread of going down 2, 3, 4, or maybe even more. But I think Texas can keep it close. It's just a matter of playing the challenges smart and quickly. And Melly with a shot, but Wavy, a great play to keep it out, and Brains tried the shot as well, but it ends up on the right hand side for Frost.
And again, Wavy gonna try and play this one off the wall. Rush right back to it. Eddie gets blocked out. Wavy not gonna turn in time, and Melly again, great defensive positioning from him in this series already, as Eddie will send it up to Melly along the boards, but Rush, again, has been so good about turning on those balls right at that midfield line, making sure to get those touches off the wall that his team has needed. And a good challenge by Frost. Melly tried to find it, and it gets sent the length of the field. Rush gonna leave this one for Wavy. Eddie on the backboard. We'll send it across to Melly. And this touch getting a little away from him as Frost clangs this one down. Brains a good read. As Wavy gonna carry it across midfield with that air dribble. Melly just calmly just gonna wait. So a little bit of a defensive transition here from the side of Texas and A&M, kind of staying back, waiting for them to air dribble it through and challenge at that point of contact right at the ground. And Melly doing a good job of just looking for the demo play. What a save from Rush as he recovers for the save. Unreal play out of this Young Farmer squad as the transition turns over and Frost able to nail the goal.
And what a banger of a shot this was. Brains, unfortunately, as I'm sure he will be given a hard time by his teammates. What a pass out in front, and that was a great shot and extending that lead again to 2, and just over a minute left. And Texas A&M here, they're playing well, but they're not playing well enough. They just need to take that extra step, I think, to hopefully get some of these opportunities to go. Eddie with a shot, gets it by Rush, and what did I say? They're back to within 1, and now 46 seconds for 1 goal. And Melly again, a great pass. I think if Melly can keep playing how he is, he will find a way to open up just enough field for himself to get a pass off and hopefully get another goal.
Yeah, we talked about Brains finding some placement. How about Eddie on that shot, splitting 2 defenders, recognizing that Wavy was coming back down to the front of the net, and Rush had that short side post covered, puts it perfectly in between them to put themselves within 1, but with 30 seconds left. Frost trying to get across the line. Brains, a long clear in. Melly looking for a little redirect shot, and Melly, an absolute clip it and rip it moment for the side of Texas.
And I talked about Melly getting a pass, but what a shot this was. The redirect, and honestly, there was nothing Young Farmers could have done about that one. And with 24 seconds left, we've got a tie game, and hopefully Texas A&M looking to take this one. That extra game advantage is so important, because that is the difference between, if they lose this game, then it's basically back to a best of 5. And I'm sure that is exactly the opposite of what they want going into the rest of the series.
Eddie, 3 seconds left. Still a chance here for either team, as this one takes a bounce. Wavy gets the touch across, but that one just going to be killed. And we have overtime here on this one, and both these teams looking pretty evenly matched thus far.
And honestly, it's been an entertaining series, especially for, I'm assuming, the players, but entertaining in the wrong ways. Just the stress of hopefully they don't mess up too badly, so as to not so as to allow a goal. And that one, Wavy having to make a clutch save. And as the first 30 seconds or so have gone by here in overtime, Wavy with a shot attempt, but Melly getting to that one first. He has the reset, but fortunately can't get it. The bump though, Eddie with a shot, and Frost getting the save off again. And if anybody's going to take this game, I think it's going to be Melly. Eddie, though, with a shot, and Frost stuffing him again like a Thanksgiving turkey. And quite honestly, it's going to be a defensive effort, and I think it's just going to be one of those ones where it's just a really dumb shot that gets through, and it almost wasn't. Frost almost had the double tap off the post.
Brains trying to transition over to Melly, a little too far in front of him, but still gets the credit. Looking up, Frost gets the block off the backboard, still down in front. Eddie with a chance, dimes it down for Brains, who can't get it, as that one just a little behind him, as Melly takes this one over. Back down, Eddie tried to force the 50 as Brains comes across. Frost looking wall for Wavy. Wavy, little tap, back down in front. Rush just going to back off as Eddie. Able to take this one, looks for the demo as Eddie is vying for that mid boost. Brains, little pass down, Melly. A shot away as Frost gets the block instead. Wavy just going to wait on this. Takes the space. Good touch by Wavy. Looking for a little demo. And again, these teams so intelligent with some of these plays that they draw up. Like I said, split-second decisions that these teams are making, trying to get the goal. Big pinch. Back down in front. Wavy, unfortunately, not able to get away with it, as that was a bullet towards net had he not touched that again. And Brains trying to get it around front. Chance here for Eddie off the backboard, and Wavy again has been so good on the side of Young Farmers on that backboard in particular.
And especially in a situation like this where it's tied, you're getting into the second, third, fourth minute of overtime. That backboard control is so important because you don't want anything to come down the way it shouldn't. And Frost with a shot and underneath the crossbar, 5-4, taking the game. As Young Farmers taking technically what was game number 2. And like we were talking about, Texas A&M adapting their playstyle. It's like they're a Rocket League chameleon in a way, where they can just kind of play however they feel like. And Wavy tried to open up the scoring early yet again, but unfortunately Eddie with a great save and a little double commit there on the sidewall. Brains gets bumped into oblivion, and Wavy trying to go for a counterattack.
And this one, sneaking out in front is Wavy. Taking it away, Melly. Just going to patiently await. This one is Wavy. We'll try and get a shot away. That one was headed to that far post. And Rush. Going to take his time. Plenty of space in front of him. Rush just going to dive it up, but no, Wavy not able to connect. Now Frost, the good 50. Brains, lead pass over to Melly. Looking for the connection, and Rush able to get the save. Sends it off the sidewall. Now look out the other way. Brains last man is 3 members from Young Farmers get up the field, but another pass, and Melly makes sure it counts as Brains. A great turn onto this ball. Realized either a demo or a block was coming through had he not challenged it right away, and Melly just an absolute snipe to the top corner.
And what a pass here by Brains too. A great play just right on the hood, and Melly, admittedly, I mean, granted, you could pick any one of these players for the MVP award, but honestly, if Melly keeps playing the way he is, he's got it locked up. And a good good bump there by Frost to keep the defensive rotation sort of out of whack a little bit. But Melly again, and Brains not the read that you'd like. I think just a little bit of a miscue for the hand-eye coordination. Eddie not even trying to go back for that. And now we've got a tie game just 90 seconds in. And I mean, it's not anything that, Texas isn't used to. So I think they'll be fine. It's just 1 goal. There's still plenty of series left to go.
Yeah, 1-1. And this game just getting started as that one sent the length of the field. Frost trying to set back down. Melly. A back pass that goes awry as Brain. Big read here from Frost. Tries to get the block as Wavy sent it to the backboard where Melly has been all tournament long. Able to get that deflection away. Rush trying to solo play this one. Ignores it. And leaves it for Frost. And what a bait there by Rush. A little mind game from the side of Young Farmers.
And Rush, a neat little play here. Almost had the ground pinch, but a good play to get just enough of that ball. Just taking a little bit off, but putting it out in front. And now they've got a 2-1 lead. And now Melly on the counterattack. Pass for Eddie. What a pass and what a shot. The connection. Normally Young Farmers would have something like this, but Eddie, just a great shot. Wavy not quite there in time and tying the game. This is going to be a back and forth series, or back and forth game, but back and forth series, I'm pretty sure, until the very end.
Yeah, and Melly trying to get a little solo play there to start that one off. Drop down in front of him as this one hammered across again. Wavy. Send it deep, broken up by Brains. Frost. A little lead pass. Wavy leaves it for Rush. And again, the mind games from Young Farmers really might be getting into the heads of Texas A&M now.
And Rush, just a wide open net. And actually, what a shot just off the post, getting just enough of it. Because if that was any further to the right, that would have been more than likely a save. And Rush is playing very well, but so is Frost, so is Wavy. Everybody playing more or less at the top of their game. Just a matter of whose peak is higher and who can sustain that for a longer period of time.
Yeah, Melly Trying to get the center up. Eddie puts it down. Brains with a shot. Now the fast break out the other way. 2v none as Rush just going to be able to slam it into the open net. And Young Farmers, again, a big setup there by Wavy, denying Brains right at the line.
And on their way to 2 games in a row, but, you know, like you said, playing... Young Farmers have played the midfield so well, not even just in this series, but in this tournament in general. And it's actually kind of impressive to see because, you know, normally, you know, you get the ball into the midfield and you have basically a 50-50 chance of, you know, stuffing that attacker. But normally, you know, with Young Farmers, they're playing it very well. They're getting those high percentage opportunities down into the opposition zone, and it's worked out for them. They've got plenty of goals and plenty of defense to back it up.
Yeah, Wavy just getting across net right there at the last minute. Was trying to get a little cheeky goal there to try and put themselves within one. Brains, nice challenge along the wall, but with a minute left, the 2-goal lead here for Young Farmers. Rush looking to get the touch back, and Melly will send it back the length of the field. A picture-perfect shot there from Frost as he nails it right from midfield.
And Melly, I think Rush had a touch on this. And as we see there, it gets the assist credit. But this was a frame-perfect shot from Frost. And just to get that little extra lead cushion, and Wavy trying something there doesn't quite work out for him, but I think Texas A&M has their work cut out for them for the rest of the series. As Young Farmers just playing absolutely insane right now. What a shot by Eddie. Brains with the finish. And I mean, as I just say that, this game isn't over yet, as Texas still has plenty of time to get at least a couple more goals.
Yeah, if there's anything I've learned in Rocket League, there is no lead in this game that is safe. And with 52 seconds left, Texas and A&M trying to pot another 2. Rush not able to get to that as Frost tries to bring it down on a nice 50. This one open net as Wavy forced to turn back on, and Melly did not get much. Ended up kind of ground pinching and losing a little momentum as Eddie is going to trap this one. Plenty of space for Eddie. Has 2 people alongside down mid. Eddie over 1, but the triple commit from the side of Young Farmers, setting Mel up for that play, but Frost hopping back in. Great read on the pass as the demo play comes out instead. Frost off the sidewall. Melly up for it, and this one out in front. Frost all alone in the backfield. Eddie, double demo from Wavy and Rush to save that shot attempt. Great positional play there by Young Farmers.
The good old-fashioned Legion of Doom right there for Young Farmers, and Wavy looking for one more for the road, and thanks in part to the quote-unquote defense of Texas A&M. The $250 tournament, the winner of this game will take home $150, and the loser will still get a nice consolation prize of $75. And Frost with a long clear, looking for the double tap, perhaps doesn't need it, but Eddie back on defense just in time, and Wavy making him pay for his effort with the demo.
Yeah, Wavy just going to try and transition out of the corner. Now Brains trying to get into that corner, make sure they're not able to clear it out, take control up that sidewall where they've been so deadly thus far. And Brains, this one getting away from him as Rush challenges. Eddie, last man shot on Eddie. Great positioning, and he makes the save. Eddie, the last bastion of defense there for the side of Texas A&M, comes up in the clutch here right at the beginning of this one.
Just under a minute in, and it looks like it's going to have to be a defensive-minded, another defensive-minded game for Texas A&M. Is that they have no issues playing offensively. It's just preventing those extra couple of shots from going in on the side of Young Farmers that is killing them here in this series. Is if they can kind of cut down on the goals against, they don't need. I mean, I hate to say it, they can't really outscore their problems right now, and they're gonna have to, adapt like they have been. And Melly with a huge save, but Wavy on the second attempt, and Eddie a great save yet again. And as I say that, another couple of saves and making their own opportunities, but Brains can't get it by Wavy. and some great chances going both ways.
Wavy, what a save right on the goal line. That one was all but in. Came across, took an angle, and especially since the player was falling towards that far post, could have easily been deflected right back in. Wavy taking an angle where it pushed it out. Just smart, high-level Rocket League gameplay as Frost will send it on down. Brains, the length of the field over to Melly. And Rush cutting that pass off as Brains up the wall again. Wavy can't get the read on him, and Brains just gonna leave this one for Melly. The challenge again comes across, and Frost just gonna wait on the sidewall. Has been Young Farmers' MO to let them pass to them in that corner and get that centering feed away as Young Farmers look to get the first goal here. Open net again, and again it's this quick transition. First touch from that midfielder defensive line that is netting Young Farmers all of these goals.
And like you said earlier, with the corner plays, basically letting Texas pass it to them, it's a combination of that and the quick transitional play, and it seems like Texas has gotten a little predictable in the way that they choose to try and break out of their zone, and has really coming back to hurt them as Rush trying to get a shot there, but is met by two Texas defenders. And Rush tried to get the save, and Eddie with the attempt, but it's looking like, if Texas wants to take another game and even the series, they're going to have to make a huge adaptation, which we've seen they can do before, but it seems like with this Young Farmers squad, they've made it difficult with their style of play.
Yeah, making it really rough on them, making it fight for every square inch of that field as Melly tries for a little air dribble over the top. Frost getting stood up by Brains. Rush not getting the greatest touch. Chance here for Eddie. Puts it down mid. Brains just going to wait, and Melly takes the touch, but it sends it backwards. And now Wavy across the line. Frost not going to commit as Eddie sends that one down. Wavy. And we get a touch over top. Rush gets that broken up and still in the defensive zone here for Young Farmers. Brains. A good hop across again, looking for another shot, and has been stifled out. Frost, good touch to midfield, right back in front. Wavy with a shot to the far side and not able to bury it. And with 56 seconds left, Texas looking to get back downfield again. The bump play coming out of Rush, still on. Brains, huge save, but Rush right on the doorstep, not leaving that goal crease as Young Farmers put the dagger in this one, potentially with 50 seconds left.
And most players would have probably abandoned this and gone back on a rotate, but not Rush. He notices that ball is there just sitting in all of that real estate, and he's going to take every advantage of that he possibly can. And, going... If Texas can't come back from this, if they can't score the next couple of goals, they've got a 3-game hill to climb, and that's with the 1-game advantage that they had coming into the series. But right now, Young Farmers have all the momentum, and I don't see them giving it up anytime soon.
Yeah, Young Farmers kind of built up a head of steam in that last series in losers finals, while Texas kind of had to sit and wait, and maybe gave them the momentum, the energy they needed coming into this series to kind of take it to Texas A&M as Rush. This one goes all the way across. Eddie, a lead pass to Brains, and this one sent the length of the field. Melly just going to kill it down in front as Eddie slams it across. Frost on match point for this $250 Rocket League tournament sponsored by GGtoor. And it's looking to get started early. Rush with a quick pass up to Wavy. We'll send it back on as Brains comes back down. Back out in front. This one going to sneak in. What a shot from Brains from the corner. Just feathers it in.
And Brains, a great little wave dash here. A fantastic play. Just skimming the crossbar. And just a perfect play. And now if they can keep doing that, especially with the early goal, hopefully that instills a bit of confidence in them. Although Wavy trying to push up that center field and Eddie knocking it down. And I think honestly, if Texas wants to take this game, they gotta try and stay away from pushing that ball into the corner and try and keep it more either in the midfield or, like we were kind of talking about earlier, play a little bit more laterally and try and play it on, along the midfield walls.
Yeah, as Eddie stuffs that one across. This one sent deep. Still out in front. Brains with a chance and a big save from Frost as he stones him right out in front. Looking back down. Rush will wait on this. Gets a good flick over Brains as we also see some of these teams take the space that's offered to them, and especially the high-level players that know how to control the ball, know how to control their car, can really make you in a very uncomfortable situation, either offensively or defensively. A big pinch, that one sent off the post as Rush was looking for it. Frost back out, and now Brains with a chance. Rush, last man as Melly hops in the demo play, and again, so smart from Young Farmers, getting that demo away, alleviating that pressure as Frost was that last man on the goal line, preventing that 2v1.
And albeit briefly, that was a good offensive play there on the second attempt by Texas. But Young Farmers, like you said earlier, they've played such a smart game. And it's not. I mean, they play a fast game as well as a good save on Eddie there, but they play such a smart game and a long clear off the challenge, and Eddie getting back to that just in time, the recovery playing a big part in this. But it seems like they don't do that nearly enough. As they gotta play that faster game that Young Farmers is playing, but it seems like they're doing it really only defensively because Young Farmers just pushing them back too far.
But it is Texas with the lead. Eddie, 2 minutes and 30 seconds left, fighting for their tournament lives here in grand finals. And Brains up the sidewall. Melly, good pass over to Eddie. Little tic-tac-toe, shot on, and what a save from Rush right on the line as he gets all of that backflipping into the ball to cut the angle off.
Usually backflipping again for a ball is not the greatest strategy, but it's kind of a last-ditch attempt. But if you can get all of it, then it's a great attempt for a counterattack. Rush with a shot. What a shot it was to tie the game. I kind of heard you gonna start a little bit. I apologize if I took that one away from your partner, but Rush making it ever more important that they are tying this game, and with 2 minutes left, they've got all of the power.
Yeah, Young Farmers come down the field, pull the exact same play that we had just kind of seen on the other side by Texas A&M, and Wavy has been a key component to this Young Farmers squad, has been getting a lot of those defensive clears, but again, the passes from Wavy have been right on the money as him and Rush have found a lot of synergy on the offensive side of the ball. Eddie punches this one back down. Wavy doesn't get a piece. Far side shot on and in. Brains, what an angle as he puts Texas A&M ahead by 1.
And in classic Texas A&M fashion, the most powerful game, the best game that they've played all series is the most important one, the elimination game that they're basically hanging on to their tournament lives. And Rush missing the save, but gets just enough of the crossbar to hopefully send that one down. Rush with a good pinch with his teammate Wavy. Going to send it out in front, and does briefly, but Eddie sending it back into the corner, and Melly going to take it back the other way up, potentially for a teammate, but Wavy runs out of boost, and I think if he had more, he could have potentially gotten that by Brains.
Melly doing a good job, whiffs on that one as I say it, as Eddie will send it deep to Melly, maybe a little trickery as that shot, and again, Rush has been the one to save all the balls right on the goal line. Wavy, we talked about him getting balls, but Melly absolutely skies that one over the top of him. And Texas now with a 2-goal cushion with just 40 seconds left.
And now the question becomes, can they play with a lead? And if history serves, they can do that. Now it's just a matter of being able to do it for, 2 more games after this one. as they've got quite the hill to climb. But if anybody can do it, it's Texas A&M.
Melly trying to get this one back downfield. 30 seconds to go as Rush tries to put it over to Frost. That one will be teed up to mid. Wavy looking for a chance, but Melly, a great backboard read, able to send it the length of the field and relieve that pressure. Brains just looking for another one. Tries to put the dagger double touch back down in front. Wavy can't get to it, and Eddie scores it. But what an individual effort there by Brains to get it to him.
And exactly like you said, what a play this was. And I don't know if that was two touches or three, but no matter what, this has been the ultimate turning of the tables for Texas A&M, as they have taken young farmers and basically taken them to their limits. And now the question is, can they continue it as the clock runs down? And that will do it. Basically taking young farmers' game plan, which is go zoom and then you'll score, and basically doing it better than they did. Playing a little bit faster, but playing more controlled as well. And Eddie looking for a shot, and what a save by Wavy to open us up here. The first real good opportunity of this game. And, like I said, Texas A&M still got 2 more games to go. And I think young farmers, they have the potential here to just take, hold on for one more game, 5 more minutes, and they will be the winners of this tournament.
Yeah, Texas A&M, though, a CRL team, they're used to playing very high-level competition throughout that entire circuit, through the qualifiers, and again,
And I mean, that has to be, the trust of the teammates that, they're going to be there and they're going to do the play that they said they were going to do. And it makes those communications so much stronger.
And Melly's starting to pop off again. Here's the series progress, but Brains, again, another picturesque shot. And these two have found some extremely good communication, extremely good play off of their offensive rotations, making sure to get to the ball, pressure it, not giving them a chance to get that clear out. And now another one. Melly looking for the center down. Nobody there as Eddie forced to come back for that ball. Brains can't get the touch. He'll look for the bump instead as Wavy comes across. Little dime pass over to Rush. Big flicking in right under the bar. And that one just kind of a little bit of broken play in midfield.
And Wavy taking full advantage of this, just the neatest little touch over to Rush. And Rush piling onto his goal totals yet again. And, I mean, like I said, taking advantage of those broken plays, that's what games really come down to, because not every play is going to be, a set play or, super clean or whatever the case may be. And Wavy piling onto that goal, piling onto that lead again. He's got ones across the board, and he is contributing all over the field. But again, not every play is going to be super clean. Sometimes you have to get into the dirty areas and try and take advantage of somebody's mistake. And young farmers doing exactly that.
Yeah, Wavy is playing extremely aggressive on his rotation, sneaking in between those 2 defenders, not letting them just kind of dribble it out and do as they please. And it's about the timing of his challenges, especially too. We haven't really talked a lot about it, but Wavy making sure to time it just right where he is always able to get in position for a 50. And again, we see it here. A great touch pass. Realized 2 defenders were up. just sends it, has Rush on the other side, and great communication there by Young Farmers.
Rush again with that, with that wide open net goal, and like we've seen so many times before, and Texas A&M, taking this series to 6 games, but I think with half this game left to go, they're gonna have to have some sort of adaptation. As what a fake by Frost along the wall. They're just sending I believe that was Eddie just flying into whatever it was, probably the void. But Eddie has to come up and be the MVP for his team. Melly with a shot, excuse me, and Frost making a huge save to keep this a 3-goal game. And honestly, I think that's what Young Farmers are going to need. They're going to need all the help they can get, because Texas A&M is still a very dangerous team when they get going.
And you said it, Texas A&M looking for any opportunity to exploit on this Young Farmers defense. But Melly not going to be able to push it out yet, as Frost he'll hit this one down, and Wavy is going to take it slow one-on-one versus Eddie for a second. Tries to fake it out, but Eddie sticks with it. 3v2 opportunity. Brains, big shot on him. Frost. Great shadow defense as he was the last man. Sent the length of the field, Eddie. Back to this ball. Wavy just interrupts it with a little pre-jump off the wall. And they do not let that ball clear that midfield line very easily. Still staying aggressive here with 1 minute left and the 3-goal cushion. But out in front, Eddie stoned out as Rush gets the save. This one sent all the way back again, and Frost able to send it out. But again, this team from Young Farmers just staying so aggressive, but not paying off Vera's Brains. Again, the placement puts it right on.
And Rush, just an unfortunate read. Brains, props to him for taking advantage of that. But, 47 seconds left. There's still time for Texas A&M to get 2 more goals. And, it's not, like I've been saying pretty much all evening, it's not likely, but it is possible. And if anybody is going to do it, it's Texas.
36 seconds left. Brains tries to put it up for Melly. Brought across by Rush. Wavy. It's a touchdown mid. Brains now to leave it for Melly. Melly looking for a centering feed. No one able to get it, as Eddie will come across. Wavy sends it deep. Rush looking for a little touch pass as he runs out of boost. Melly not able to get the clear downfield with 10 seconds left. Brains, they need a goal. They need it now, but he can't get the clear. Eddie sends it the length of the field. Melly looking for the redirect, but Rush right out in front. The open net goal scored on by his own teammate, as top 10 anime betrayals. Eddie diming that one up, but Wavy just gonna slam it home.
And barring a miracle, this game is over. But as we see here off the kickoff, still an opportunity. It's up in the air. Melly out in front. Brains with a nice little catch, and that one's gonna touch down. And Young Farmers take the game, the series, and the tournament